Hey everyone, welcome to Stat 300 Summer Session 2024. Welcome to the class. My name is Andrew Halseth. I'll be your instructor for this short 8-week summer session. So this video is just introducing myself and going on a little tour of the class, just some quick info. All the information is also in your syllabus and in Canvas, but kind of nice to walk through it in person as well, or at least in person on Zoom. Okay, so let me get started, share my screen, and we can see what's there. So here's your Canvas page. You always go here to do any coursework. Hopefully you're able to get to this point. And then the first thing you need to do is set up your MyLab account, which many of you have already done. So that's awesome. If you haven't, all you're doing is clicking MyLab and mastering, and then you'll open MyLab and mastering, and either you're going to create an account if you've never used MyLab before, or you can use a MyLab account that you already have. Just put in your username and password, and that'll link your MyLab account to our Canvas ARC course. Okay. In that process, eventually you'll get to a registration page, which I put a screenshot in your syllabus, but it's here as well. Basically, you're either going to pay the $99.99 as you set it up, right? I guess you could pay the $149 if you want 2 years access, but you don't need that. This course is only 8 weeks, so this is plenty. The access code is only used if you buy the materials through the bookstore. It's more expensive, so don't do that unless you absolutely have to. If you're waiting for funds, the last option is down at the bottom. You'll see a link, get temporary access without payment for 14 days. So click on that link and you've got access to all the material. Just have to purchase the course within the 2 weeks. Okay. Once you've got it all set up, then you're good to go. And so here's your Canvas page. Now, when you go to any links, it will work, right? But a lot of the links will not work if you don't have MyLab set up yet. So make sure that's the first thing. Okay. And then the first thing here on the list of all of the features we have available, announcements, always check those. I'll be putting things like due date reminders, helpful tips, information about exams, other things about the class. Just make sure to look at that daily or at least a few times a week so you're not missing anything. Other than that, mostly you'll be going to modules. Modules is where all of the coursework is located, right? So at the very top, you'll see class notes, and then these are just backup class videos, but they all are down here as well. So you don't really need that unless you're just rewatching videos. The class notes, there's a section of notes for every chapter. So you can just download the full packet if you want, or it's per chapter. So there's 2 versions, one just blank and one completed. Right? So the completed might be helpful, but that's up to you. So if you're fine with just using electronic versions of the notes, there they all are. If you want the printed out version, you can print them out yourself, or they are available on my office door at the ARC main campus. So just go there during normal business hours, help yourself. They're just on my office door. So just pick up a packet and then you have all of the notes for the semester. Okay. But the idea with the notes is I have all of these videos, and the videos are of me just going through the notes. So if you have the notes printed out in front of you, that's a great way to take your own notes and follow along with me as I go through the videos. Okay, so that's the structural idea of the class. So when you look at modules, right, as you go down the list, it's all chronological order. As long as you're doing everything in modules, you're not going to miss anything for the class. All right, so the first thing are those syllabus and MyLab orientation assignments. Make sure to get those done by this Wednesday, which in 2 days from now, in order to stay in the class. So I have a wait list. So if anyone is not able to complete the orientation, I'll go to the first name on the wait list and fill that seat. So make sure to get those done. And then once you've got that, on to the coursework. And all the first 5 chapters, which leads up to the midterm, are all available. So you work at your own pace, just as long as you're hitting those deadlines. In other words, if you want to work ahead, go for it. Right? You don't have to wait for me. So just start going through that material. I mean, it's a lot per week, right? So there's 2 due dates. There's Thursdays and Sundays. So this is everything that's due this Thursday. So I'll call that part 1 of the week 1. And then part 2 is everything that's going to be due on Sunday. Okay. And you can see it alternates between watching a video and then doing a MyLab assignment, video assignment. Each time you complete a chapter, you'll do a quiz. And then occasionally there's discussion posts. And that's everything that you'll encounter besides the exams, midterm, and final. Okay. So chapter 1 are the publisher videos. They're not me, but once you get to chapter 2, those are the videos of me going through the notes that I've created. Okay. So, man, there's a lot of birds. I'm in my backyard and there's this oak tree. There seems to be a lot of birds right now. But okay, anyway. As far as the MyLab goes and how an assignment looks, let me bring one up. So I'll go over to my MyLab assignments list, right? And just access one. But all of those links are live. You just click the link, it'll take you to this. This is just how I'm going to do it to demo it. And oh, you might see a prereq warning. Remember, you have to watch the video and that will unlock the assignment. So you can't do the assignment until you watch the video. Okay. So if we look at a question, I don't know, this one is, but basically you're just going to be working this out on your own pencil paper and then typing in an answer and checking it. The nice thing is you'll get some immediate feedback if it's right or wrong, right? If it's wrong, you can try again. You get 3 tries, right? So I'll notice the 3rd try, it says final check. So if I try one more time, finally, it's just going to tell you what the correct answer is. If you get it wrong, you'll have this red X next to the question. But if you do a similar question, it's the same question, but just with different numbers, and you get that one right, then it will give you credit. Okay, so keep trying. You should be able to get 100% on all of the homework as long as you give yourself enough time before the due date and you use that feature of similar question if you miss one, right? So that's how homework is structured. If you ever need help with a homework question, you'll see these get help tabs, right? There's help me solve this particular one or view an example that's similar to this, or you can go to another video. It's a publisher's video. There's the textbook, StatCrunch we'll get to later, or you can ask me. If you click this, it sends me the question you're working on and I can help you that way. So it'll send me an email. Okay. So that's homework, how it's designed. Other things you'll encounter are quizzes. Quizzes are designed a little bit differently because it's a test. So for those, you just have to answer all the questions first, right? And you don't know if you're getting them right or wrong until you're done, right? So some of them are multiple choice. Oh, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, so et cetera, you go through, we'll do one more. And then we'll hit submit. And then you get your score. Submit the quiz. What do we get? All right, so, I got one right. So I got an 8.3%. I don't really like that. Probably because I only spent 20 seconds on it. If I don't like my score, I can go and redo it, right? So you can go and take the chapter 1 quiz again. It'll just have some different numbers. But if your score improves, then I'll take the higher score. And so take it as many times as you want. Only your highest score counts in the grade book. Okay, so again, give yourself enough time before the due date. So you have, a few attempts at the quiz. You do have to do all 12 questions again, right? Even though maybe you got 10 of them right, you only missed 2, but you still want the 100%. You have to redo the entire quiz. So give yourself enough time for that if you want to do it more than one time. Okay. And then that's pretty much it for MyLab, except for this section right here. You'll see this video resources and library. It's a great place to go to get extra help. right? So you watch my videos and you're like, that video isn't that good. Is there anything else that might help? So maybe you're working on section 2.3. Right, so you put in the chapter, the section. I always click select all, find now, and then below there's all these extra resources that MyLab has for you. On Applet, there's the section in the textbook to read, study slides, which are pretty nice. There's an extra video. Okay, so and then just some test prep videos per for like a specific example. So those are pretty cool. Use that if you need extra help. Other ways to get extra help, there's tutoring available through the Learning Resource Center at ARC, both online and in person. Or email me plenty of questions. I'm pretty good at responding as quickly as possible. And that's it for MyLab. Okay. So if we go back to our Canvas page, again, all this stuff are just live links. You don't have to go into MyLab. Everything, just click right through here. It'll take you right to it. The only other thing probably is what, grades. So anytime you want to know your grade for the class, just click on grades and it'll be there, right? If anything looks incorrect, let me know and we'll investigate, make sure your grade is correct. So you always know what your grade is with this class. It's never a mystery. Okay, at this point I would ask if there are any questions, but you can't really ask me because this is just a video of me in my backyard by myself. So I'll have to end it right there. But if you do have questions, email me and I'll respond as quickly as possible. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the class and I'll be talking to you soon. Okay, have a good summer. Thanks for listening. Bye.